Welcome back to Traders. Another live session for third day of this week for third week of this month, Wednesday, 18th of March 2026. Looking at some entry opportunity here in this market, and I hope that you guys are ready as well for this entry, for this trading opportunity. And waiting for everyone to show up, and I believe that you guys are ready. Thank you very much. Welcome. Okay, so let's begin first of all in-depth multiple time frame analysis, looking at few pairs such as gold. Gold is suddenly, we saw there was a break and we had one trade earlier today, and I would like to look at it later. If you look at here now, at the moment from this resistance line, you can see the gold started to drop down here back below, and we might see here a possible a downtrending move that we can see. The market is in fact having a significant downtrend here, and yeah, let's see that, guys. For first of all, the first step is to for us look at a key level. Now we can see the market is trending here back above, and with this trend, so if you look at from this support level, the market is trending. And with this trend, the market is, that you can see, approaching this here to this key level. And from that key zone, if the market goes up to this level here, they're expecting the market to potentially to revert back again to the direction of the trend. So there has been significant move that you can see earlier, and we might be able to find an entry faster than we thought. So make sure, guys, also make sure you like this stream, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Let's get ready for a possible entry coming up in this move on gold. And the market has dropped down here for potentially another downside here, and I just had. Now let's first of all look at the technical analysis of this aspect in the market. And if you look at this 1 hour chart, here there was a double top that you can see. And after this double top formation, the market has broken back below. If you look at this, is a key support level, and with this key support level, the market, we have seen that there was a entirely a complete rejection back below here in that market, and that is where we are looking for this market to potentially to trend. And as I mentioned earlier, we will be looking at two angles for this market to trade. One is the technical. Probably we need to reduce the volume of this music. Technical, and also we'll be looking at the sentiment as well as the fundamental aspect of this market. So here is the 1 minute chart, the market. If you look at here, this is a suddenly, I would say suddenly, because there is a stronger breakup structure. Usually this is a very good point for us to be able to find an entry of this breakup structure. I'm looking for potential breakup trend line to the upside. Here is the after this 1 hour candle, because the first 50 minutes candle is closing here, which might bring potentially a new trading opportunity here in that area. And here this move, the price is potentially crossing the previous swing high in this downtrend, and that might bring in possible selling opportunity here in this market. And the candle close on the 15 minutes should potentially closing at the long wick from this support, and 30 minutes also it's approaching that level. 1 hour also it is a key level. So looking to see the market potentially to go ahead and retest. Okay, there's a pullback here, and that might be going little higher in that zone. So getting ready for an entry. Here we see there is a breakup trend line now at the moment. 15 minutes closed with a pin bar. Now we're going to see that pin bar again to break below, or we could see a strong bounce again back above. Both directional bias is possible. Now technically we can see this market is in a downtrend. All right, so now because the market in a downtrend, we will be only at the moment looking for sell. However, the sentiment can change. Now technically we see the market is in downtrend. What's your bias in the market, guys? Can you let us know in the live chat? What is your bias today in the market? Awesome. For 4 hour, that you can see the market after this candle close, it entirely dropped back below. And this is a new lower low. Bearish. Awesome. Anyone bearish? Okay. It reached a critical point now that you can see again. Critical point means that where the market has broken out of a key level on the lower time frame or on the higher time frames. If you look at here, this is a key level. All right. So in that key level, the market has broken off that key level, which might be coming down back below. Thank you very much. Here's where you can see the market in this area here creating that. If you look at, this is the lower time frame, this is the 1 minute chart, and it's a pretty long week pin bar being formed, and I think the market might react to that level. All right, so there has been little bit of connection error. I think it's technical error and been fixed. All right, so here is, we can see lower time frame, the market structure has, if you look at from this support level, the market has created a lower time frame structure that we are seeing, and from this lower time frame structure, that expecting the market to eventually, but I think that if you look at here, it has done that significant, this is a key resistance line where we might see that if you look at after this break below, it has broken this trend line, and that's why we are expecting this trend line to eventually retest and even to continue to drop again back in the major direction. And this is what we are looking at here in this market for a possible entry opportunity in this session. Hope that the stream is on. Thank you. Okay, so hope that the stream is on. Okay, so we can see the market is coming down here with our trade, and with this trade the market is coming down here, and I think the chat has been somehow disconnect. Let me look at that here. Customization, live chat is on, everything is on. So why showing this is connected? All right, so we are on the trade and looking at this market to eventually come back down here. I'm starting a pool here. What's your bias on gold? Somehow the chat has been disconnected. So the stream is on, and can you guys, because the chat not coming here, but I think you guys can see my screen. If you can see my screen, if the stream is on, can you give a like so that I know that you guys can see the screen, and later we can, once we resolve this trade, we can take the profit, we can change the settings to fix it. But at the moment, okay, so the like is going up. That means you guys can hear me. Let's keep trading, and we want to secure this trade here with profit. As the market is coming down, we are running in profit. And here is you're looking to see the market to give us this move back below here. So we look at the lower time frame. I had my previous trade. Come on. Okay, so you're looking at here on gold to eventually come down back below from that zone, and we can see the market started to break below. Okay, traders, so I'm having a quick restart of my system, so don't miss out to from this session here, and then we will be looking to enter positions so that we get connected with the chat. Okay, so I'm going for a quick restart, traders. Doing a quick restart, so don't leave this mob, and I'm coming back in just 2 minutes time. Hi guys. Thank you. Yes, thank you very much. Thanks for that. And okay, cool. It's back on track. So you see that there has been a break of structure here, and thanks for confirming. Now, looking at here in this zone, a few more positions. All right, so let's look at potential market structure here, and also trading opportunity here in this area. Thank you. Thanks for being with. And all right, so you see that if you guys look at this was a false breakout that you can see, and this false breakout, the market has entirely rejected back below with this false breakout. And as the market created this false breakout here, all right, so we can see the market now on a pullback. Now I would like to look for now an entry because it created a false breakout. Now it's on a pullback here, right? So today is a significant day in terms of, if you look at the coming up, and okay, so we have some high impact news. It is a red folder news, so we need to pay attention here, guys, for this possible move. Now here is the high impact news. So volatility now. This is why we saw the sudden volatility here in that area. So the power of Iranian South Pars petrochemical facilities have been attacked. So here is a tweet, I think, from part of Iranian South has been attacked. So this is I think this is a major news here. Okay, we saw that it's categorized as a red folder, so it's a major news. Usually gold is highly if you look at highly reactive to the high impact news. So if you look at Parabian South Pars protect chemical facilities have been attacked. So now in this area, if you look at that, you can see with this current geopolitical news that you can see quite a few of them, and this is the current just been came out, and as soon as this news come, that's why I always look at you guys for the that what I can say, that look at the high impact news, because if you look at here that you can see this is the the 1 hour liquidity zone, the market has dropped down here, and these two 1 hour candle was identical, right? If you look at these are two biggest candles, and this news that you can see is directly influenced this market here in that area. And usually how I trade the breaking news like that is, usually it's not a good idea to trade the data news. Okay, so there are two kinds of news, guys. Keep in mind, this is very important. It is not at all to trade those core PPI or so that's where you can see the market is showing that meltdown here in that area. And because the market is showing this meltdown here in this area, we can see the market started to break below from this zone here. Okay, so you guys can see the stream. The stream is going well. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. So you can see the market is with this current breaking news, the market has reacted, and you can see some kind of drop. Now looking to enter, because if you look at this is a current support and the market is showing that there is a further drop possible because there is a break of trend line, the liquidity sweep, and we might see now potentially further downward move here. If you look at the 15 minutes, this is a 15 minutes doji. The previous 15 minutes was a bearish engulfer, that you can see the market cross that, close as a bearish engulfer. Now there is another 15 minutes, and we could see that this market to eventually come down further here, right? So if you look at here, this is the current support level here in that area, and with this current support, all right, so there is a bearish engulfer being formed in that area. The market is showing that downside, and for us to be able to look for an entry, this is the current trend line that you can see, and there is a head and shoulder breakup structure. It's now again trending down here back below, and this is the current 15 minutes candlestick pattern. We see that there is a candle close coming, and I would like to take, because there is a massive if you look at the weekly, there is a massive bearish, this is a massive fair value gap. It might come very fast, guys. You know, it might go for a pullback, but I would say that this is now moving in a downtrend, and I would like to take that move here. Are you guys ready to take with me? So yes, we're gonna go for an entry. Let's see that what is the best level that we can look for the stop loss. And a bit of higher volatility, so we need to put little wider stop loss, but stop loss doesn't matter if we have the proper risk management. And I'm looking at here to the daily perspective, because there is a large fair value gap and there is a high impact news, we might see that sudden drop. So I'm leaving it here at 3 times. We might be adjusting along the way if needed. All right, so this is a opening a sell position here on gold. I'm sharing the same trade in the premium group as well. So here is the support level that has been, if you look at here, has been posted in that area. And now at the moment, we are looking to see the market to eventually break the low. And I have open sell here. So you're running a sell trade. I had a previously open as well one, which is also running. Stop loss here at 4963.99 and take profit target here setting at 4880.18. And this is a, if you look at, as I mentioned earlier, traders, it's now the breaking news trade, this one. All right, so high impact breaking news. So usually if you see that the market is trending and then suddenly there is a breaking news, the market usually moves in that trend. This is another important point. For example, if you see that, let's say the market is trending down since the London session, and at the end of the London session or during the opening of NY session, sudden breaking news come, always first look at the prevailing trend throughout the day, which way the market has moved, and then trade in that direction to this news, not the data news, only the news that usually create a move in the market. We have CPI coming, sell or buy. Okay, we will be looking at CPI. CPI, are you sure? CPI today? Yeah, PPI. All right, so PPI coming in, it's still 45 minutes and we want to take first this trade as much as you can, and then we will be setting up a new setup for PPI. And I would like to close this before the news. We are 57 pip up on this, though it looks very smaller move because there is a higher volatility. This is also a good thing to trade during the higher volatility. With a smaller move, we can see the market is moving a lot. So there is a, if you look at, as I mentioned, there is a massive bullish fair value gap that the market left. If you look at the daily chart and the 4-hour, here is the market had left a significant fair value gap in the past in this area. So the market might be coming to fill some of this fair value gap with the current the news, and as it is trending in the direction, looking to see that the market is in fact maintaining its movement back below here. The 5 minutes candle close as well. All right, so let's see what now the price action is showing up. There's another 1 minute rejection coming. This is a falling market, so I'm only looking to sell. It's important to look at the trend, which is the key to become successful as a trader, guys. Always trade with the trend. That's the key to become successful as a trader. Okay, running in. We are up here 100 pip. So 1000 points. And anytime if I exit the trade, I'll let you know, guys, but still I'm running in. So looks like that we might see further downside movement here. This is still down, still showing that there is a bearish price action. More of selling pressure. All right, so you can see down move, potentially further downside, that looking to see the market to move back below to create a new lower low. Thank you, guys, and I hope that you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. And it's coming back here to 117 pip, and I might be closing shortly because there is a news coming and we will be opening again after the news. All right, so let's first see that this candle closing potentially bearish, and we want to see one more downside here before we take the profit out of the market. Still showing that the market is having that potentially, come on, It's getting back again. We have very tight stop loss. Can't hold on to the very long. You want to see a clean rejection for any continuation to hold the trade. The price action here looks like so I'll not be letting this trade to pass my entry. I might be closing if the market goes suddenly back to the upside. So I'm just giving an update so that if the market drops, I will be holding. If it goes up near to the entry, I'll be closing, so that either I will be taking profit or I will be closing break even, not in any loss. So here is this is so far this doji showing there is possibility for down, so I'm on it, because there is, if you look at, you see quite a few smaller candle got rejected of this level, and this is a lower time frame price action. The market left an imbalance here. Chances for the price to drop again back below is higher now. So it's coming down back below, that you can see, and that is cool, guys. That is cool. We are seeing that the market is coming down back below. All right, it's down. It's showing that bearish, and okay, this is a complete bearish market structure. Holding on to that for further downside momentum back below. Okay, holding. We might see another wave of drop. That's good to see. Here's the update, and all right, as soon as it's gonna slide down, we will be taking profit. You want to see the decent amount of move has happened. Already we are here at 130 pip running profit, and this is 5 minutes candle closure, also showing that there is a possibility for the market to trend down back below, which is showing the market to trend here. Okay, I might close shortly. Okay, I'm closing this trade, guys. So we got out with, because there is news coming and we want to be patient a little bit here. 115 pip, 10 pip, depending on where you have opened. I'm at 110 pip. Okay, it might be coming down further. It might move for a pullback, and we will be waiting for the news now. And let's look for the next entry here. And in the meantime, traders, have you enjoyed the trade? Can you give a feedback in the live chat that you have enjoyed? Do you use leverage? I use very small leverage. Okay, I use very small leverage. Depending on, I have some strategy that I use leverage, okay? With this trade, I have very smaller leverage that I have used. You know, I use different, I trade different strategy. In fact, it is important, you know, as a trader, trader need to be like a liquid oil, right? Like a fluid. That's why you become a better trader, when you become liquid. Okay, when you become fluid. So it was a good trade and took time. Thank you very much. So that means if you have a more flexibility, all right, in terms of having a many strategy that you have tested, many strategies that you have tried, that's key here. All right. So that is where the important to look at. Because when you see that especially if you have a different strategy that you tried out, then you know which one works out, which one doesn't work, what market condition you should be trading what. For example, I have a strategy that I trade with 1:5 risk reward. Okay. But that strategy will not be profitable in a market which is in a sideway. So for example, if you see the weekly, monthly pullback, that strategy is not effective. But if you see the monthly, weekly, just new impulse started, that's a very effective strategy, because it's in a trending market. You can take higher risk reward trades. Market is down. The market doesn't down. Actually, the market is moving down here. All right, so let's look at here. Okay. We are progressing towards the new session coming up. All right. So thank you. Was a good trade, and thank you for that. It's still, in fact. All right. So we are looking now for more. Just want to see the breakup structure. Now we can see it's created a trend line, and as the FOMC coming, this is a big move on the market, still holding 20% from 5,000. Okay, we want to use leverage when day trading and scalping is built into the broker. Okay, general 5 minutes candlestick. Okay, so what is we can see here in the market? Now, not all people use leverage. It depends on what kind of trading account that you have, or what's your trading style. Okay, so if you have a smaller account, then leverage is, look, if you have a very disciplined approach and you know that how to manage the risk, manage the emotion, leverage is a very good way to leverage it, right? Because it's gonna give you otherwise, if there isn't, for example, no leverage, it's gonna be very hard for the retail traders to trade the market. Because let's say you have a $1,000 account, and if you don't take leverage, then probably you need to trade with a very, very smaller risk, which eventually bring a very smaller reward, and it needs to be worth for you to trade with this capital, right? So retail trader is a big part of trading. Of course, it's even if it is not a smaller percentage, but it's big part of trading, because there are a lot of retail traders who are genuinely profitable, and trading is only zone that you can independently start trading, learn from free resources, and become interested about it, right? So, but it's a two-edged sword that you need to understand. Okay, so it's a two-edged sword. Now, to combat that, the best way is to either use a very smaller account until you learn about it. Okay, so this is a very good way to trade the market. If you can learn how to use that leverage, as it is a two-edged sword, you always need to make sure that until you learn, your account is comparatively smaller, so that you can grow as a trader, right? That's a risk management is key. You need to learn the risk management before you learn trading. And you see that some of the currency pairs that I have seen, let me tell you something, guys. You'll see that retail trade is like they are contributing for the market to move, right? If there is no trade, the market will not move. And when I begin my trading, I saw many currency pairs that now almost nothing in them. You can't trade it. Okay? So if you look at one of them, I think USD RUB. So I saw that the people who were trading, they used to trade USD RUB when I in my beginning stage of my trading. So as retail traders stopped that trading due to some reason, or due to the war situation, or that currency pair is no more, like it's gone. You'll see the chart. You can't read that chart. I think USD Turkish Lira also same thing. When I began trading, I used to trade USD Turkish Lira. And once retail trader, they somehow, they stop retail traders' opportunity to trade, the currency pair gone. So that's why, because it's not gonna be even tradable for the smart money. So if there is no retail trader trading a currency, we will see that in most cases very difficult for the smart money also to trade, because trading is what makes the market moving, right? So, and it's also one way to mobilize something. The market moves from one place to the other. All right, so I hope that you guys also are interested very much in learning to trade. Make sure you give a thumbs up if you're so, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. You see, there is a time coming. All right, there is a time coming when trading will be probably the only thing that you can do to make a living. This is not very far with the current development of the artificial intelligence. Things will get very... Imagine that one trader or one person working, and with the rapid development of artificial intelligence, which you can't stop, but the job is gone, is dissolved. Now, if a person is in a state, in a country, and his job is gone, like hundreds of thousands of jobs gone, can a state not to give them benefit? Can state let them starve? No, because this is the responsibility of a state to look after their citizens. So then how do you deliver them the value that they need to buy or sell, right? For example, now the job is gone, for example, due to the artificial intelligence, a mass job cut because no job. So the people can't starve. Now, this is one way, right, that, okay, you will be given credit to trade and trade it, and from there extract your profit and buy groceries and food. This is a very great way, right? So you can do that. That's how you can learn to trade. For example, you can't withdraw cash, but you can trade, and credit you can use to do the grocery. This one way can be. It's connected to all people or with the central bank or somehow. And then that's how the people from home, they can trade and get the credit. So when there is a trade, there will be some mobilization and volume will rotate. And those who are trading, they can take that volume or the credit to do the grocery, so they can freedom. Those who lost the job or no job due to the artificial intelligence. So there will be some kind of, it's coming, right? The artificial intelligence is inevitable, and there will be mass job cut is also inevitable. So therefore, this can be also inevitable. Because otherwise, what other way you can feed a starve? Because if you give idle money, it's gonna be more difficult to manage that. You can't give idle money to mass people, right? So this is a one way. Because when there will be trade, a lot of volume will come. And that's gonna be a great way for increasing export and import for a country, and the people from the country can get that benefit from. So that's why retail trading volume is important, right? And that's what we are looking at, guys. Learn trading, and it's gonna come very soon for you to become an independent trader. And either you are a very good trader or a bad trader, but still you have something, advanced tool that you can use to trade the market. Do you reckon the FOMC move happened before the FOMC? This is quite unexpected for gold to move one direction before NY open. Yes, I think this move that you can see is an FOMC move. Okay, so you can see this is an FOMC move potentially, because that's where the market is eventually breaking that low, right? This is an FOMC move that you can see, and as FOMC coming, if you look at in few minutes, few hours. So if you look at, it's coming on in my than 5 a.m. So it will be, I will be also trading that time. I will trade all the NY session. So this is a potential move during the FOMC coming up. Okay, so here is the market is showing up in this way. All right, so let's have a music. I think it's turned off. Welcome. It's keep dropping here, and we can see that there is a 15 minutes time remaining for the data to come up, and that might be bringing that market well below, back below to this support level here. Okay, there is a 15 minute candle close. Oh no, we can see that with the first 15 minutes candle close, the full body candle close, which is a very high chance this market could potentially remain downside here in that area that you can see. It's a massive drop that keep pushing down. No more pullback. It's keep moving. No more pullback. Keep moving potentially. This is smaller pullback, but we might see that. Can we buy now? No, I'm not buying, guys. This is a very strongly falling market. This is a key here to look at, trading with the trend. All right, so that's where you start to learn the best trading system, right? Always trade with the trend. And trading with the trend is the most profitable trading system that you can ever have. Here is the market coming in that direction here, and it's still maintaining the downtrend. The 15 minutes candle close with a full body candle close, which is showing that there is a higher chance for this market to trend back down. Here is the move that you can see the market is trending. We may see the market to eventually come down further back below, and if we see the market is maintaining that, is respecting the support, we could see the market to continue in that direction. So here is if we see that it's breaking out of this trend line, we'll be looking at again entry back above here. Dropping that move a little bit, music. Okay, so there is a, if you look at here, is a long wick candlestick pattern that you can see in this area, and that is key. And in the meantime, we have secured one trade traders, and we are looking for more entry. If you're also want to explore more, then don't miss out to join the Telegram. You can find link below this video where you can find regular update as well as many other promotions, trade ideas, and also many ideas that I'm sharing in the group every single day. So I'm sharing with you the invite link for that free Telegram. And also you can visit the website as well for more update, and also everything that we have in the academy at the moment to explore more about all the trading tools, strategies, as well as ideas that I'm sharing every single day. We have a few trades earlier as well, so every single day I'm sharing all my trade in the premium group with full explanation to the strategies, and also I have my trading tool that I'm using every single day. Also you can access if you are our premium members. So the link, you can find link below this video, or you can directly visit www.forextradingwizard.com, where you can join the best trading program, and also you can learn the advanced strategy and also advanced trading tool. You can just scroll down and visit the website and learn to grow as a trader. All right, so what you can see then next. Okay, so we are coming towards the news time. What is in the news? And part of Iran's South Pars petrochemical facilities have been attacked. So that's unit categorized as a high impact. So that was basically, I think that's a big part of this zone. So here we see the how does the WTI has reacted to that news. Let's see. Okay, WTI, if you look at, has gone up, and that is what we can see. WTI has gone up, so the potentially oil price to move up. Now we are running a trade here. I think many of the members with me with this trade in the Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is a bit of a kind of swing trade that I have taken while we are mostly short-term trader. But no, I like to trade this kind of setup when it appears. So this is basically, if you look at this this move here on WTI, this trade that we have taken when the market was in that zone, okay, when this candlestick pattern formed. Now oil was bullish, and we discussed that few more times. Now I would like to again mention it, review it, update it. Now if you look at that oil, so this is key support level, right? Technical. The sentiment and fundamental is bullish. Now oil is very highly news driven, and that's why if you are trading oil or gold, then you must look at also the breaking news, what is happening around, how much is your VIP. All right, so if you guys look at in the VIP, not only the VIP but also everything included, you can find link below this video. Here there's a genuine value. We have our premium members. I have over 1,000 members. Some of them maybe not active, but over 1,000 members. And those who are active, I focus on quality rather than quantity, giving the right tools and right education. Here I commit to make a trader from the day one, right? When I begin my trading, I had a lot of business expense, that I would say the losing curve. So losing curve is a business expense, right? Anything that you want, you need a business expense, but we make it easy, and that's where the tools develop, because all the strategies that I'm trading now available on a program format, rather than teaching you a strategy, because the market is random and chaotic. The market never repeats exactly the same thing. If you look at the tree, the leaves will never repeat. They look similar, but if you measure with a microscopic scale, then you will never find each leaf coming with the same measurement. Market like that. Each candlestick pattern looks same, pattern same, but they never repeats the same exactly. So if you learn strategy, you might get confused more often until you become master of it. And that's why a strategy means set of rules, right? If the market touch 20 exponential moving averages on a pullback with a bigger ATR candle, right, from high to low, measurement of ATR, potentially it's a buy if the higher time frame is bullish. So that might be a rules. Now this rule you can program it, right? Now you don't have to program it. When you are in the academy, you are part of this program that we have. So the rules now you don't have to memorize it. It's already there. The only thing that you need is to switch on, right? You can find link below, we get into that and be part of the trading community where you can learn and grow as a trader and consistently grow. And from day one, 4800 gold. Now with the WTI, discussing that, if you look at the WTI, it's now off this support, it's slowly breaking back to the upside. So there is a, if you look at with this the current I think that has given a momentum here now, pushing back to the upside. Now this is not, we don't want to see that oil price is going too high, but what I think that oil price, the primary contributor is the some kind of closure in the passage or in the channel. So I think it's gonna resolve soon. So that as soon as that passage become clear, we might see that drop on oil price. At the moment, because there has been significant geopolitical war, that I would say Middle East war or whatever you want to say, there is a lot of name, but you can see that in fact is potentially driving that market back up. I mean, this is a higher liquidity zone that you can see in that area, and you could see the market is pushing back here. Now another important thing, guys, it's important that as a trader you always remain very, very objective towards the market, right? This is another important. You need to trade and you need to completely separate your emotion from trading. So what do I mean by that? Let's say the oil is going up, right? And now you're buying oil. So you're betting that to oil go up. Try to understand what I'm saying. This is very fundamental. That will really directly impact your trading. Let's say you go long on oil because the oil will go up, and oil will go up if, let's say, the Strait of Hormuz is closed, mostly oil will go up. So this is one thing and the trading is another thing, right? So you need to keep it entirely objective so that your trade is not influenced by the emotion, because I've seen that this is a very common psychological mistakes. Many traders expect that the market should listen to them. It's a very common psychological mistake, because the emotion is so clouded that you feel like, okay, the market should not do that, because if the oil go up, then there will be inflation. So the market shouldn't do that. The market will do that, what the market needs to do. But as a trader, our job is to go with the market, right? That's how trading is. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, so let's now look at what we can see on gold. It's just melting down here, guys. So the data has come out. What kind of information that you can see now? What's happening here? Okay, so 0.5% on PPI and 0.7% on PPI. So core PPI as well, PPI, both of them more than forecast. So that's a very high than expected, right? One is nearly to more than 50%, the other one is more than 100%. So now, how does that given the influence on DXY is pushing back to the upside, USD JP also pushing back to the upside, gold is coming down. All right, so now the data has given gold a stronger bearish move that you can see. All right, now with this move, how we can trade the next entry in this area. Welcome. Now, if you look at, this is a pretty sharp downtrend here at the moment, and with this downtrend, the market is going back here to the liquidity zone, and you could see the market to drop back below here. You're looking at here to this key level they're expecting. Are you focusing on gold, or do you other pairs, currency pairs, BIP? Yes, we do. We do trade. We just running a gold trade, or oil trade. We trade dollar yen. I mostly trade gold. That means XAUUSD, dollar yen, USD pairs such as AUDSD, euro dollar, British pound, US dollar. This some, you don't need to trade all of them unless you are trading on daily chart. For the lower time frame or intraday, even for swing trade, the highly liquid pairs are the best to trade the market. All right, so here is the market is having that downside movement. Okay, here's the market going. It's a highly bearish. There isn't pullback. That some of you said that there is no pullback. Who said? Is in fact there is no pullback. No more pullback. So now it's not even breaking that structure. There is a strong volume has come, and there is if you look at the daily here, as I mentioned, it was a daily. There was a bullish fair value gap. Now this move, let's delete those lines here that we have discussed. We have taken the trade. I'm looking at here in this area. This is one support, right? And there's another support. So few support the market is approaching, and most likely all of them might get broken, and it might get overextended here before it eventually reverse to the upside. Okay, so from the trend line, we can see the market is having that move. So there is another one that we have seen. These are some of the, I wonder what would happen if we finish off Iran and Lebanon. So some of the news also, here is one. The Fed issues its latest interest rate decision Wednesday. Here's what to expect. So the Fed's interest rate decision, that I was also looking at this one here. So there might be some this meeting, there might not be any kind of change. So there might not cut coming, but there might be an indication for the future rate cut that coming up with Fed. And Okay, so you see the pullback is coming. It might be a short term, but you can take that move. 4800. Are you focused on gold? Okay, so what instrument you guys trade? Also, you can share your thought, and we can see. So I'm ending the pool here, and you guys can see that pool results matters. Okay, so you can see that it's not appearing. I don't know. It's almost 76% is bearish, and that has come the market. But I have ended the pool. It's not appearing. It usually appears here. Okay, now here is from this level, the market again. This is a sharply falling market, and we might see the continuation further. Let's keep coming down. It's a massive drop. It got, if you look at the 4 hour, it's dropped a lot, right? And usually after this kind of drop, it sometimes goes up for a pullback. Now it may continue to drop because it's a massive drop, or you might see that deeper pullback. The 5 minutes candlestick pattern that you can see is from a bearish engulfer. There's no sign of any pullback, so it may continue further down. There's a higher volume for that move. So 1 hour candle close coming, and you can see there is a significant drop back here below, and potentially to continue further downside. Because due to the high liquidity, whenever the market is trying to go up, the sellers selling this market. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky to trade this kind of strongly falling market, to wait for the market to eventually go back to stronger liquidity zone before you enter any position. It's important to look at. And there is a higher chance to continue further. Putting pressure back below, and to follow downside here. All right, so this is a very strongly downtrending market now at the moment, and with this sharp downtrend, the market is continuing its move back below. And now for us, if you look at here the market, if you look at the price action respecting this 10 EMA, and it just keep moving down. It's a sharp drop. There has been volume that came with it, and with this volume we are looking to see that 1 hour closed, guys. If you look at the daily, it's a complete drop almost to this daily support that might initiate further downside here, and we saw the pullback started here, and this is there might be now break of structure before the 1 hour candle close. If you look at this 1 hour candle has significant drop, so if this one is going up here, might create another selling opportunity for us. So this is the current key level that you can see. If you look at the 1 hour midway, 50%, 30 minutes open and close, and the 15 minutes also trying to move up. Now, how this 15 minutes candle closing is important. To see that how the overall market is creating its structure. Now, as the market, if you look at the 15 minutes, if this one is closing here with a narrow, half body, half wick, this is a strongly falling market. Otherwise, I would say that there is a higher chance for a drop. Let's see that how the market creates its structure in this area here. So it was potentially a false breakout because it's a one move, and with this 1 hour candle close, we're going to look at an entry. Okay, so the market, what I think here, might create long wick rejection and then could fill that zone here, which is around 220 pip. 15 minutes candle closing, which is looks pretty weaker. The last moment before the candle close is important to look at. Here what I'm going to do, guys, it's a very smaller move that we can take to this level from this, because the market, even if it wants to go up without retesting this zone, it's less likely to move entirely. So it's very fast. It might just come back here below. Outlook to sell. Back down. It's coming down back below, and we could see the market eventually to cross this low here to create a new lower low. That is what we're looking to see, the market to come down here, break that low, and potentially to create a new lower low. So we still have a long time for the market to go. With this initial drop, the market may remain here still bearish. So when the market drops very, very strongly, sometimes it's a little bit of patience to take that move. We do open quite a few trades, but it's always a good idea to wait for the best opportunity to come. In trading, being choosy or being a little picky is good. That's how you can, pick the high quality trade. You might get a big final move. We might get a big final move when the Fed data comes out, or we might continue to drop and FOMC will happen. the market will have an impact all day long today. Of course, when there is FOMC, the market have a very high volatility. So what we could see that if the pre-FOMC, the market continue to drop during the FOMC, you might see that going up again. Because in a single day, if you look at the daily drop, you see the daily candlestick already it reached nearly to 1.58 here. So it may drop further until the FOMC or pre-FOMC, you might see a pullback, and with the FOMC drop. If it continue to move until the FOMC, then during the FOMC, you might see that going up again and the candle closing above. Usually there is an interesting price action there, guys. I can tell you during the FOMC is that okay, with this drop, now the market is having its move back again below in that direction. Welcome. I think there has been a little bit. It's now on. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so this now with the 1 hour candle close again, we can see that again going for a pullback, which might bring a new trading opportunity from that level. Having some music on before we look for next entry, and I'm waiting for another pullback. That means that break of structure to give us that entry. Thank you. Now this is a bear flag. So if you look at this, is a bear flag formation, and of that bear flag, we want to see that if you see breaking above and then the market is coming down, we could see the price to continue to drop. Okay, so with this drop again, the market is moving up for the another retest of this key level. Okay, so you can see that after this high we saw the break, and now it's moving back again into that bear flag that you can see, and with this bear flag we could see the market to break out and then to trend back down here. Candle close and the market is coming down here with this bearish move that you can see. This is a bearish move that you can see, and the market is maintaining the downtrend here, as this is a falling market, and have managed to break below. There might be more drop coming. 4-hour candle, it's a full move of this key level. Entire drop after this double doji. So if you look at here, back to back two bearish doji, the market is entirely broken back below, and you can see the market to eventually come down further. It may continue to small, maybe coming for a big drop. Is there any other news came out? Okay, so that's one of them. Okay, so there is another one came out. Israeli Air Force struck the largest natural gas processing facility in Iran. Strike was carried out in a coordination with US. Okay, so there has been another big news came out here, and senior Israeli official, the Israeli Air Force struck the largest natural gas processing facility in Iran located in the southwest of country. The strike was carried out in accordance with and with the approval of the US. So now that too, I think that might be like the current volatility came with that one, and you can see dollar index is going up. Now let's understand that, you know, with the movement of dollar index, is important to know that actually how dollar index is moving and how it is playing out with the current Middle East war. So first of all, you see that this is a what I say that it's a very simple, guys, fundamental, and what I would say that sentiment is that whenever you see that there is an uncertainty, usually the currency that are considered a safe haven, there rises. So if you look at dollar index, and I think CHF also considered safe haven. Let's see that how, because dollar is going up, and against CHF, dollar might remain in a sideways. Do you trade USD CHF? Where's that one here? So understanding will give you also better understanding why the market moving is the way it is. So if you look at the USD CHF, okay. So CHF is also considered as a stronger currency inherently. If you look at now these days, we saw that if you look at dollar Swiss franc, a dollar was bearish with against Swiss franc, right? So I used to trade a lot that one as well. Now we see that this week, this month, with the strengthening of dollar index, it's also pushing back to the upside. Another currency pair now currently showing stronger move is dollar CAD. Let's see that how dollar CAD is moving now, because once you see that all of them, you will have a better understanding. So dollar CAD is literally moving in a sideways. So what does that mean to you? Let's understand that. We see that on the weekly sideways, but here now dollar today looks that there has been a change in trend. So if you look at the monthly here, weekly here, weekly previous week was pretty strongly bullish. Now daily, that we can see here, this is looks like that there might be some upside coming. So dollar getting the strongest is the current the index, and with the progression of this Middle East war, so dollar might get expensive, because whenever there is an uncertainty, usually investors head towards the comparatively safer currencies such as dollar index, gold, or as I mentioned, the JPY or Swiss franc. Now, with this time, we can see that if you look at during the Russia-Ukraine war also, I was trading live. If you guys looked at watch the live session, we discussed the same factors. We saw that gold and dollar was moving in the same direction, right? So that means that time gold was more expensive than dollar. So therefore, because usually if dollar goes up, gold should be going down. Now we can see that it's now playing out in the mirror direction, as should be in that way. So you can see the gold is coming down, dollar index is going up. Now gold was actually very unusually high price, 5,000. I think it reached 5,600, and then we see a drop. So it's basically what I think gold now, it's on a if you look at the monthly, you can see that it's on a pullback. Now a market without a pullback, it's not a healthy market. So if you look at gold from the monthly on a pullback, so if the market is coming down on gold, dollar index usually to be upside, and you can see that so far in that is because also there is the correlationship with gold and dollar index is because of the central bank's choice in terms of gold and dollar. So almost majority of the central banks has both gold and dollar to hedge the risk against each other. So if you see that if gold become too expensive, then dollar drops, so it remains in balance. So this is a many banks policy in that way. So now we can see the dollar index is going up, usually gold to be coming down, and now this is our the directionally we are trading at the moment. So that here at the moment, so therefore we conclude that in that area here, that gold currently on a pullback. That means higher time frame pullback, lower time frame downtrend. I hope that makes sense to you. So here is, you can see from this 1 minute move, I think there isn't any news at the moment, right? Other than the FOMC, which is the cat news. 5 p.m. the FOMC. So the market has moved here quite a bit. Okay, so here is from this support level, it made its move back up. Okay, so I think breaking above here can give us a potential sell, and I'm looking at you're gonna see that breaking above this level. And here is the market now. If you look at here, this is a pullback and there is a fair value gap here. I'm looking at the 5 minutes and the 1 minute. This is currently pretty volatile market. We could see that the market too eventually come down here back. And as if you look at here, there was a gap open here. This is a high liquidity zone, and this is also, there's a void here. Right, so 140 pip void, which is, I said that point something. It's basically this is a fair value gap, right, imbalance. Now with that movement, guys, I'm looking at for potential sell entry, though this is a bit of overextended, but you will see that what I think the market might, if we go see that 4881, that's a possible for rejection. 3 minutes time for this candle to close, and I'm ready for an entry. Are you guys ready? Say yes if you're ready. With proper risk management, of course. You can use a lot size calculator that I use usually for any kind of lot sizing. Problem with the trade getting expired too fast because of the higher volume in the market. Now, the market reached a critical level. Of this critical level, are you going to see a drop back below here? Let's see that. And it might go back here and then to return down. So this is the plan here for, okay, so there has been rejection again. Okay, so here is the move that we are seeing in that area, and so getting rejection of this higher price, and the double top. Now, this consolidation eventually could end up breaking below here, and we see the candle closing, and again another move potentially coming. And so my plan here, guys, is to find a strong false breakout of this key level, then we can sell here for this potential move back down. And as FOMC day, we have successfully traded, and now looking for more entry later this session. We can see that gold is maintaining its downtrend, and WTI is moving up, and also we can see the DXY is moving up. It was a great session with all of you guys, and we can see, I hope that you found value in it. We have a successfully trade, we have successfully closed the position. Now the market is trending again. I always look for the best trade setup, even if it takes a little time. It's fine for me. And I hope that you enjoyed. This is not end, but just the beginning of big trading day coming up later, also FOMC. But I have to end the session due to the time limit, and we'll see you there again in the premium group if there is any trade update coming. Also keep eye for all the trade ideas that I'm sharing in the group. That being said, thanks for joining here, and I'll see you again very soon trading live. Until that, stay well, stay happy.